Kaiser explains everything wrong with Barb legendaries.
Here we go. This is the Barbarian unique items tier list. I'm just going to go through all these real quick, show you how good these uniques are for the Barb. So we'll start with 100,000 steps.
It's 100,000 wastes of time because it's a piece of shit. Nobody ever uses this.
Walking arsenal boots. They don't have movement speed, which instantly makes them a D tier item. Movement speed is pretty much super important on boots.
Dog shit.
And also the walking arsenal is not
dog shit and garbage.
You could kind of use walking arsenal. It's all right, but pretty much every Barb build that is good is using Unbridled Rage. So this item definitely needs pretty big buffs to ever be equipped on a character. Ancient South. This item is just horrendously bad.
So I get this. I have 4 of these. Yeah, forgot 4 of them.
It has 0 redeeming qualities about it. Ranks to Steel Grasp don't do that much, and then all the stats on it are actually pretty much worthless.
Yeah, they suck.
Probably the worst Barb unique, honestly. Battle Trance. This is the Frenzy Amulet, also D tier.
Does anybody even use Frenzy? Who even cares?
The stats aren't very they're not awful, but they're not good. And rare amulets in this game can roll some crazy stats: cooldown reduction, fury cost reduction. Plus passives, movement speed, tons of damage mitigation, stuff like that. And
I see a pattern here. Yeah.
This amulet cannot.
He's got Butcher's Cleaver next.
Level, so even if this amulet was probably twice as good,
I'd say Butcher's Cleaver is like a B or a C.
Probably be D tier. That's how bad it is. Butcher's. This actually almost is a C tier. It does have some redeeming qualities. While injured on a one-handed stat stick is.
I don't think it's that bad.
Nice, and then the fact that you can push stagger and CC stuff with the proc is kind of useful.
Yeah,
but
CCs.
In practical play, realistically, you're not going to actually ever use it. So D-tier.
Compared to the other ones,
Fields of Crimson, Rupture is dead. They've killed it. D tier. Maybe if they make Rupture relevant, or let this item make Rupture relevant, that would be cool. But in the current state of the game, it's worthless. Fists of Fate, I guess.
This is an item that you use if you are if you're an idiot.
4 stats are awful. The proc, or the little 1 to 300% damage potential does actually have some use for some non-core skill builds, but the fact that the 4 other stats are dead. Gloves can roll pretty good stats. Crit's very important. Attack speed is really good on some builds. Obviously the plus to core skill ranks and then stuff like that. Just the fact that you have 4 dead stats is really bad on this item, so pretty much a D tier. Frostburn has no real synergy with the Barbarian.
So this item is really good if you, it's not good at all. There's no value to it at all. There's no reason to have it. It's not good. You don't want it. If you get it, it's bad.
And on any of the
Gores
stuff,
is next, right?
This one's kind of pathetic, kind of sad. Gores, the Whirlwind Glove.
I think Gores is garbage. I know people are, oh no, it's actually good. It's actually good. No, it's not. It sucks.
They've killed this thing so hard.
It's trash.
I do agree with the damage cap on it, but the fact that these gloves, 1, they have attack speed. Whirlwind doesn't scale with attack speed. 2, they have
non-physical
damage,
damage,
which crit chance is extremely important to do damage. Put crit chance on these, maybe get rid of attack speed, something like that, or make attack speed work with Whirlwind. People would actually use this, but
I wonder what they were thinking whenever they put attack speed on Whirlwind gloves. I wonder what they were thinking. What were they thinking? They weren't? Yeah. It's good if you want your character to be bad. Actually, that's a good point. Yeah, you're right.
Game, they're pretty much worthless. Don't put them on your character. Hellhammer, the upheaval weapon. This item is.
You know how many people are using
It's pretty awful.
Upheaval?
It got some nerf before the game came out for I don't know what reason. It still would have been a worse skill than Hammer of the Ancients. Yeah, very bad. Mother's Embrace.
I would say this is a C tier. I think it's a C.
D tier, yeah, for sure. Problem with this is legendary aspects are really good at generating fury, helping your resource generation, all that kind of stuff. And that's kind of what this item is supposed to do. And
it's D. Okay.
Overkill. If Deathblow becomes a relevant skill for some kind of weird buffs, maybe this item has potential.
Yeah, nobody uses Deathblow.
Okay-ish. Not really that good.
It's just it's bad.
Yeah. A lot of problem with a lot of these uniques are that their actual stats on the items are really bad. I think this one has crit while injured and no big chunky damage. Let me double check. Yeah. these stats on this weapon aren't
Yeah,
very
it
good.
sucks.
Like, overpowered damage and stuff, kind of weird. Rage of Haragoth, this is the first fucking C.
I think this is a B tier item. I don't think it's an A tier. I don't think it's a C tier. Because Rage of Horogath is a very good item. However, it does fall off at very, very high end because it doesn't have enough defensive multipliers. That's the problem.
B tier, B?
I think it's B.
But I'll go C. I think C is pretty more.
I think Romaldi's is like B or C as well.
Redeeming qualities and that the lucky hit proc.
Yeah, see, like every single thing that it has is like actually Thorns kind of sucks. I forgot about that it had Thorns. Yeah, Thorns is useless.
Is actually pretty good for speed farming, speed running type content, which is, you know, it's good to have speed farm set up, Whirlwind, whatever. It also has
yeah, it's good.
Crit chance. Quite a bit of crit chance, if I remember correctly, for like single target stuff.
Yeah, it's really good.
Roll and pump it up, so it adds a lot of crit chance.
It also has DR.
The chest stats are potentially really, really good. This does have like a niche, like speed farm kind of use.
The Thorns is useless though, so it is really effectively a 3-stat chest.
For sure. If you just want to see how much damage your character can potentially do, that extra crit chance is pretty nice for things like Hammer of the Ancients or any skill like that. C tier, I think. Ramaladini, this item is...
I don't know if you could put that into D, because aren't a lot of people using Ramaldi's with a dual-wield Whirlwind build? I think people do use this one. I think if it's usable, it should at least be C, because like all of these are really not usable.
The fact that this item, I believe, only works with weapons that swing it, or skills that swing this weapon, so
yeah.
Things like, you know, you're not going to want to one-hand your Hammer of the Ancients or whatever, right? Or, you know...
Well, I don't think you can, right? Because it has to be a bludgeoning
weapon.
weapon?
That this weapon cannot buff skills like Hoda or Upheaval is like, what is this weapon for? Whirlwind? It's pretty bad on Whirlwind. Frenzy? It's pretty bad on Frenzy. Frenzy does no damage anyway. Just the power of this item could potentially be really good and pretty cool if it affected skills that, you know, don't have to swing it. It's just like a stat stick kind of thing. But that's not the case. Razor Plate, I believe. This item needs 3 more stats. I don't know why it only has Thorns. The armor powers are very...
I mean, like, maybe it's good for, like, speed clearing with a Thorns build. I would say Razor Plate is also a C tier. I would say Temerity is also a C tier as well.
Important, like the armor stats are really important that you can roll on a chest armor. And this has just gives you Thorns. Niche little item.
A Thorns build use DR chest? Yeah, I know.
Your character's going to be pretty weak. You're going to be missing out on a lot of stats, so it's pretty bad. D tier. Temerity, D tier.
Temerity is actually the biggest trap in the game. A lot of people get Temerity thinking that, like, oh, it's going to be such a great item, it's going to be amazing. It's not. It is a garbage item, and it actually hurts you so much. Because, like, look at the value. Potion drop rate. Healing received. Chance to heal. 3 stats are literal trash.
Pants are extremely powerful in this game. You can get so much survivability on them, and this item only works with base, off your base life to make it
is utter garbage, yeah.
Even if it worked with your full actual value of your life, it would still be a D tier, an awful item.
Yeah, it's still bad.
Really, really bad. A lot of these items are really, really
The reason
far.
why it's bad also is because of the comparative, right? Is that comparatively, another chess piece another pair of legs can roll quadruple DR. So you can do damage while bleeding, damage while close, damage while fortified. What's the last one I'm thinking of? Oh yeah, damage reduction. Yeah, flat damage or armor. Yeah. You also have damage while distant or damage while injured too, and you can roll all of those all at the same time on a chest on a pair of legs.
And away from ever being worth equipping, so that's how that is. What is this? Penitent Greaves. They do have movement speed. They do give you a little bit of damage, but almost every barb build uses Fury, and so getting Fury cost reduction on
you
is
need
pretty
that
much mandatory. On top of the fact that, you know, using I don't remember what the power is called, the one that gives you like unstoppable extra duration and movement speed. That power is like way too good. On boots. So these go D tier. That's pretty much the barb uniques. Didn't put the Uber ones in here. Like Shaco would probably be like obvious S. And then Grandfather would probably be like A. Stuff like that. But these are the realistic ones that you're going to see in the game.
Well, this is pretty disappointing. Yeah, this is kind of sad. So he's saying that every single unique is bad. Wow. Well, that doesn't sound fun at all. That sucks.
Rage of Haragon's
His
probably
grandfather,
worth
the Uber uniques don't exist. Like, Alkaiser actually plays ARPGs. You're never gonna get these items. Like, they're not even worth thinking about. So they're not even worth considering. It's as if they weren't even in the game.
Like, actually.
Yeah, the only people that think about getting these are people that are dumb.
This is what it looks like. Every Barb unique is awful, and the point of this video is kind of why is it this way? Is this intended? That every
I hope so.
Barb unique is pretty much.
Yeah, this is awesome.
I know
this
it's
is
not
so
just
cool.
Barbs, it's some of the other classes too.
That way I don't have to worry about getting uniques.
These items are just horrendously bad, even for their intended build archetype that they're kind of going in the direction. Like Whirlwind builds shouldn't be using Gores. Upheaval builds aren't going to be using this hammer. Rin builds aren't going to use this weapon, the Rupture thing, stuff like that. It's just like I feel like this is a bad design.
Yeah.
Maybe it should be improved. I think good conversation about this would be. I think would be good.
Yeah.
One thing I would like to see something like well, you could just like theorize, just like come up with like better ways to buff these items and stuff and other things. It's just like these items need tweaked or something. They're just so terrible.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like this is like, I want to get excited when a unique drops, not be like, oh, that's an extra 100, 200k gold or whatever. It's kind of lame. Maybe let us roll maybe like 1 in 20 chance whenever you DE a unique that gives you like a mat, like a scattered prism that only works on like uniques, and you can reroll 1 stat off the at the enchanter or something like that. That would increase the viability of some of these uniques, something like that.
Barely.
Or just like flat outright improve the itemization or buff them, because things like the 4 stats on Fist of Fate are so bad. The fact that 100,000 steps don't have movement speed, and then I
think the real problem is not even the effects, because I think the effects are fine. It's that the stats literally don't work with the spells. Like, Gores makes you do more non-physical damage. Why would you want to do more non-physical damage if Whirlwind is a physical ability? Why would it give you attack speed if Whirlwind doesn't increase your attack speed? It's just stupid.
They're in, the fact that this item basically does absolutely nothing.
Why would Rage of Horrigath give you 700 thorns? What is the value of this? Nobody wants this.
Nothing on this Ancient's Oath. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I'm confused with the unique design. Anyway, that's the Barb uniques. So if you thought that was cool, yeah, let me know. Thanks. Cool. GG.
Wow. Well, that was informative. Yep, there we go. They suffer from not synergizing with other ones. Druid has amazing item synergy. Yeah, I mean, like, Warrior has good synergy with the legendary effects. Definitely. It's an Alkaiser video. Make sure to give it a like. No wonder they hid the uniques. Yeah, exactly. It's just sad, man. The item tier lists are actually based on sell price, because that's what you're going to be doing with these items anyway. Yeah, this is S tier because it sells for 200,000 gold. There you go, guys. Show me someone who's done Lilith or a Nightmare 100 on a Barb without using some of these unique items. Okay.
So, Key Gold, Nightmare.
Okay, all right.